visibility during Valentine's Day. We also did outreach at ICU this year, and last year we gave them oxygen cylinder infusion from How to Club Family on Facebook. So I welcome you all here. Please feel free to check yourself, because how you check, you know on time, you know your risk factor, you prevent disease before they escalate. So enjoy yourself, have fun, move around the table. We have eye tests, we have blood pressure, we have sugar tests, we have hepatitis B and C. We also have PSA for men. Prostate, you need to check your prostate as well. Once you're over 40, you need to check. Please enjoy yourself and have fun. Thank you for coming. God bless you all.
And the window is not very neat. Have you ever had that kind of experience before? Now that is what the vision of cataract is like, right? So you ask yourself, what is cataract? Cataract is when the inner lens, as you have artificial lens, right? Like what I'm wearing now, this is an artificial lens. This one here, no, this is a frame. This one is an artificial lens. Now there's a natural lens in the eye. That's where we got the idea of this artificial lens from. Now this natural lens in the eye can get cloudy or can get dirty. And when it becomes dirty, that's what we call cataract. Now what would cause that? Most times this the lens is clear. What I mean by clear is transparent, you can see through it. Right? So as I'm looking at it, if you look through these glasses, like you can see through the glasses. Same thing with the natural lens in the eye, you can see through it. But when it becomes opaque, light is not able to pass through, and it starts affecting your vision, right? Now what can cause, that's what cataract is actually, the cloudiness of that natural lens in the eye. That's cataract. Now what can cause cataract, or what can predispose one to having cataract? The first thing is actually age. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that, because as we're on this planet Earth, our prayer is that we grow old, right? And growing old comes with a lot of challenges. One of them being the cloudiness of the crystalline lens, right? So what happens is there's this clear protein in the eye that is called crystalline, right? As we're aging, there's actually a breakdown of this protein. That breakdown actually makes the lens become cloudy. That is what causes cataract. Then if also we have other underlying illnesses, some of us have diabetes, some of us have hypertension, some of us have high cholesterol, right? If you have any of these illnesses in us, it can actually cause like a protein degeneration, and that actually leads to cataract as well. Another thing is smoking or drinking alcohol. I don't know how many of us smoke, but I think that most of us take alcohol once in a while, 1 shot, 2 shots, right? Now, if you take a lot of alcohol over time, it could cause what we call oxidative stress. Like it affects the oxygen content of the lens. And once the oxygen content is affected, those clear proteins in the lens starts to break down, and it will start building up in the eye, start becoming cloudy, and cataract will form. So if you are smoking, or you know someone that's smoking, or if you're a heavy drinker, or you know someone, advise the person. That will result to cataract. Now the one that actually affects almost all of us here, I'm sure that most of us are members of FRSC, right? Yes. Now, exposure to sunlight. Exposure to sunlight, actually when you talk about the rays from the sun, they are called ultraviolet rays. Right? We have different classes, A, B, C. But the most harmful ones are UVA and UVB. So exposure to UV rays actually can lead to the lens damage over time. And the annoying part is it's actually a very gradual process. You know, if I'm exposed to the sun today, tomorrow I'll have cataract. It's after long exposure to sunlight. That means as a human being that is exposed to sunlight, you should always protect your eyes from the sun. Some of the work we do actually predispose us a lot of health challenges with time. So the people that do a lot of work on the system, but I think most of us here, we do most of our work, we do a lot of outdoor activities. So this sunlight we are saying, it has its benefits. Some of us that are women, I'm sure we all applied our sunscreen this morning before coming out, right? Now, sunscreen, you're protecting your skin from the sun. Not that the sun can also damage the eye, but the eye is actually very sensitive. So that's why everybody here needs to protect their eyes from the sun. I think some of us wearing glasses. Okay, mommy over there, she's wearing a sunshade, yes. That could actually help to protect her eyes from the sun. But most of the glasses I'm seeing here, I'm not sure they are sunshade, they're just basic glasses. Unless I have a kind of what I'm putting on that is a photochromic lens. That if I go out in the sun, that this will react to the sun and becomes dark. protecting me from the ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. So the sun can also damage our eyes over time. Right? Then there's prolonged use of steroid drugs. There's a kind of drug that we call steroid. That's why it's not actually good to buy to prescribe medications for yourself. I know that most of us are guilty, especially
now. How many of us get to drink a glass of water when we wake up in the morning? So, and which is very, very much important. You know, you don't do all these things, and the moment you run to the gym, you don't really get yourself, and that is why you don't get to find what results in so many of those things. You spend 1 month in gym, 2 months, 3 months, you are still looking the same thing because of what? You are not putting the necessary things in consideration. So before you will ask yourself, am I ready to do all these things? Am I ready to put all these things into what? Consideration. I tell people, you come to the gym, we'll get your money. You will pay me. I will get your money. But that is not the most important thing. My own joy is to see you what? Looking healthy, looking strong. Because when you are good, I'm good. It's not about the money. I tell people in the gym. People will say, come and just train me. No. It's not about the training. It's not about the training, but putting other things into what? Consideration. So please, a glass of water every morning is very good. It helps you. Your entire system. It helps. So please, can we just stand up from here? Let's do 1 or 2 things. So 3 things we'll be doing this morning. 1, we get to stretch our body. A lot of us, it's been a while we even, stretch our body. If I ask some people to go down this way, it will be very difficult. It will be very difficult because of what? Lack of stretch. So, all right, thank you. All right, please, can we all stand up? Can we all stand up? All right, now. Part of our what? Our body, from our head down to our toes. All right, hands up. All right, drop one hand down. Now place it this way. So please don't forget these things. These things are things you can easily do at the comfort of your room. Now drop your leg a little bit down. All right. You can stay in this position for 10 seconds. Minimum 10 seconds. You're good. Alright, once I press the right side, you go towards, applicable to the one to the right side. Alright. Okay, now place your hand this way, everybody, place your hand this way. Remember, we have to stretch every part of our body. Alright, take it underneath your jaw this way, underneath your jaw, and push it up a little bit. Alright, now, hands this way now. Remember, you stretch every part of our body now. Put it this way. And put it down a little bit. Alright, beautiful now. Hands your waist down. Alright, let's go get the neck now. Let's go. Make sure you rotate your neck. Alright, change the direction. Alright, so in situation whereby you find yourself, probably you did not sleep too well, you slept on your neck. I have seen a lot of people complain about when they wake up, they find it difficult to move their neck. Alright, so in case you find yourself in such situation, please note, change your pillow. Alright, before you engage in anything, firstly, change your pillow. Pillow expires, so it expires. So please, alright, now put your hand this way. Now put it beside your jaw this way, and your hand this way.